Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bree.
And I'm Jackie.
That's right, I have Jackie with us, and we are fresh back from the Boysenberry Festival, and we just needed to get this out because it was a really good event. I was very happy that we went, and I think, you know, this was obviously the first day. It's running through April 24th, so you guys have plenty of time to get there. But we decided to go the first day because we got a lot more events going on later in the month. And we were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. So, let's talk about crowds really quick. Okay. Crowds were light for an opening day event, busy for a normal day, but not so crowded or busy that it was uncomfortable.
Yes, and I think that, and I'm gonna show some of these lines here. There were lines. I think the longest I waited was at the Wagon Wheel Pizza area for the
chicken
barbecue
Bleu and the Boysenberry barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah, that was the longest place that I waited, and that was probably about 15 minutes.
Yeah, but that's right next to Ghostrider, and Ghostrider is notorious.
It is notorious
for having a long line, and it's right by the exit. So people are probably getting off and going right to that.
Yeah.
And it's where the thoroughfare is. But we can get to that in a second.
But that was the longest line that I waited in today. It was about 15 minutes to get food. But you could see the potential. You can see the potential, like you said. Like, maybe tomorrow, since it's a Saturday, or further down into the festival time, you're gonna see some crowds. But I think that they did a very smart thing with the tasting card this year. And that's they put multiple dishes that they thought that would be popular at different areas.
Yeah, so
at multiple. Let me say that differently. They put the same dish in multiple areas. That's what I meant to say.
I think.
Yeah, the meatballs were at Judge Roy Bean's. They were also in the back at Boysenberry Lane.
Yes.
So there were two different places at opposite ends of the park, basically.
Well, okay, and here's the other thing, because there's a little note on my notes that says layout. This was pretty much confined to Ghost Town.
Yeah,
but Ghost Town's big, but it's pretty much confined to Ghost Town.
It is, and I think it always has been.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it always has been. The furthest it went out was Silver Bullet.
Yeah, Silver Bullet and Boysenberry Lane, which we can talk about right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just jump into it. Boysenberry Festival 2022. Decorations are awesome. Flowers everywhere. I love flowers. Tasting card cost
$50. You can get that online, but you can also just go ahead and walk in and get it in the park. So a couple of places that we did see it being sold, I do believe in Boysenberry Lane they had an option. Right when you walk in at the front gate, right next to the water tower, is an option to buy one. Also, I saw that you could buy one inside the general store, inside Ghost Town itself. So multiple locations. That's great. $50.
Comes with a nice lanyard.
It does. It was a very nice lanyard. But you can also, if you have a season pass, do believe you get 20% off of it. So it was $48 altogether. Now, $48, 6 tabs. Mm-hmm. Jax, do you think that was fair?
Yes, because if you looked at like the a la carte options,
which we have a picture of right here.
Great. Things are $8 to $10, so that's ranging anywhere. That could be up to $60 for 6 things. Mm-hmm. This automatically saved you money.
It did, and if you ended up getting like an alcoholic beverage,
it's even more.
It's even more money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So let's just go down with what we did. So there's a lot of options on the tasting card. We had to narrow it down, and we did buy one thing because you wanted to get your dad something. So the first place we went was Spur's Chop House, and we had the chicken dumplings in a boysenberry wonton with rice pilaf and teriyaki dipping sauce. So we're going to be rating this out of 5 boysenberries on how we liked it. Mm-hmm. Why don't you go first with your chicken dumpling?
I said it was 4 boysenberries out of 5. They give you 3 dumplings. It was really good. A lot of rice. A ton of rice. And I understand that rice is cheap, so, but they give you a ton of it, so I feel like you are getting your money's worth.
I will give it 3 boysenberries out of 5. I liked it. It was a good way to start everything off. It was filling. It tasted pretty good. I don't like rice pilaf. So, if this was like just fried rice with boysenberry wontons, totally here for it. But I am just not a fan of rice pilaf. So it is 3 boysenberries out of 5 for me, which leads to a total of 3.5 out of 5, which is good.
It is good.
That's good. It was not bad. It was, if you just cannot figure out what to eat, go get that.
All right,
we
moving on.
moved next to the Ghost Town Bakery, which is right next door, and we got the, oh my god, the boysenberry mousse chocolate cake, which was so good. So, you gave it a 5 out of 5.
The boysenberry
And I gave it
mousse
a
cake.
4 out of 5. Now, let me defend myself for just a moment. A few years ago, I think it was like the first Boysenberry Festival or the second one, they had the boysenberry trifle. And nothing has ever beat that in terms of dessert. So, with that being said and with that knowledge, this for me was a 4 out of 5. That means it was still very, very good.
It was excellent. It was light. It wasn't too sweet. It was it was good texture. It was the perfect thing. If they could have that all the time, they should bring that into the bakery.
And don't be repelled or like weird about how it looks, because it is very like, it almost looks like plastic. The coating on top, it's very purple. It has a very pleasant texture, and I will admit I'm weird about textures. It was good. It was pleasant. It didn't taste weird. It didn't feel weird. And it had a very, like you said, it had a light taste to it. It was just good. Wagon Wheel Pizza Booth.
All right, so the Wagon Wheel Pizza Booth. There's there's a couple pizza places inside Knotts Berry Farm. This is towards the back, so we're keep heading back towards Ghostrider.
Yes, so this is right by the Ghostrider exit.
Yes.
So we got the chicken Cordon Bleu and the boysenberry barbecue chicken pizza. These were not the strongest contenders, I think, overall. You gave the chicken Cordon Bleu a 3 out of 5. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It was a very surprising dark horse for both of us.
It was, and here's what happened. So I was like, is it going to be boysenberry inside the chicken Cordon Bleu? Was it not? It came with this sauce kind of glopped like over it. And I was like, is that going to be sweet? I wasn't sure. And then the pizza just looked like barbecue chicken pizza. So I was like, okay, we're pretty safe there. But for me, the pizza was a little bland.
Oh, the pizza was a 3 for you and a 2 for me.
Yeah.
For me.
The pizza was a little bland, and for me, that dark horse, the chicken Cordon Bleu with that sauce over it that I thought was going to be sweet was not sweet. There was a hint of sweetness, but it was very savory.
What does it say? Chicken Cordon Bleu with boysenberry cheese sauce. That's what it was. It was boysenberry cheese sauce.
So it's like that, you had that sweetness of the boysenberry, but it was not there overpowering. It was very subtle. So it was very savory. Loved it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
Judge Roy Bean Booth. We got the all-beef meatballs in a boysenberry sauce on mashers. This was pretty good. You gave it a 5. I gave it a 4.
5 out of 5. This, and let me tell you why I gave it a 5.
Tell me.
First of all, it
Tell
was
me everything.
That all beef meatball with the barbecue sauce was excellent.
Yep.
Okay, savory. It was good. But this lady gave me the biggest scoop of mashed potatoes.
When you came back, because I was holding a table down, and you came back, I was like, oh my god,
The
that's
biggest
a lot of mashed potatoes.
scoop of mashed potatoes. I did not think that I was going to get that big of a scoop. And it wasn't even like boysenberry mashed potatoes. It was just, they're really good. You could tell they were like handmade red potato mashed potatoes. Like they were good.
That was so good.
They were delicious.
This dish to me reminded me of like the very first Boysenberry Festival that we went to, where they had like the tri-tip and the boysenberry barbecue wings and stuff like that. This, I think, I don't know if they had it that first one, but it seems like it's been the most consistent thing that we've had at all of these tasting festivals. And it just never fails. It always does a good job. it's always a safe option where if you want that boysenberry taste, but you want something that you're familiar with and you know your stomach's not going to go like, whoa. This is a good one to do.
No, you're absolutely right. It was like mom's Knotts down home cooking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it made you feel good.
Yeah. But it wasn't, it made you feel good without like the heaviness that sometimes comes with meat.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you eat a cheeseburger and you just feel like a slug afterwards.
Yeah.
This didn't have that. And it's interesting because it had so many potatoes. But it was really good.
I almost got another one. Almost did.
I would have eaten it. So for us, this was a 4.5 out of 5 total. And the only other one that we have of that so far was the boysenberry mousse chocolate cake. But at the Wilderness Broiler booth, the best thing that we had, the Deconstructed lemonade. 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
That's the best lemonade I've ever had.
Now, let me preface this with another video that we made probably 2 weeks ago, and Mike and I were talking about the Boysenberry Festival, and we were talking about that basil lemonade that they had.
That one that they
And
did last year during the pandemic.
Yeah, and it was just, oh my god, I can't even speak how
It was
how
atrocious.
disgusting it was because of the basil. It wasn't even the boysenberry, it was the basil. But we got this deconstructed lemonade.
It's deconstructed lemonade with blackberries, loganberries, and red raspberries.
Yeah. So what it is, and they're pouring these jugs of lemonade inside this thing and they're mixing it up. So deconstructed lemonade, you're like, how do they do that? Well, it's a lemonade, and it is really good lemonade.
Strong.
Like Ottawa level lemonade. And then they basically put fresh raspberries, blueberries,
And loganberries.
and loganberries inside of it. Simply divine. So I would say, and I don't know if we're going to be able to go back, but if I were to go back and we were to get something, I wouldn't get the tasting card again, but I would probably go and just buy a deconstructed lemonade and a meatball.
The all beef meatballs,
The all beef
boysenberry sauce
meatballs
and mashers.
and mashers, and then go get me a cake, and that would be the meal.
Yeah, that would be a perfect theme park meal. It'd be a good way to not feel gross after eating.
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect portion size to share for us personally. I know that can vary from person to person, but for us it was perfect.
Yep.
That would be a good day. Now, mind you, there's no way that you and I would be able to do everything on this list. First off, we don't have the money for it. Second off, it's so much. But some of the things that we missed include trio of sausage with peppers and onions and boysenberry polenta. Did I say that right?
Polenta.
Mini crab sushi rolls with boysenberry aioli. I have my hesitations, so we didn't get it, but that's a thing. Boysenberry pie bar, which you got your dad. We didn't try that.
We didn't try it. I do have a picture of it though.
And one of our friends that works at the park pointed this out, that there were so many beers at the Wilderness Dance Hall.
Yes, if you guys are into craft beers and wines and things like that, head into the Wilderness Dance Hall. It's a trip for you Scary Farm fans because it's always a maze inside there.
Yeah, that's Origins, and it used to be Red Barn, and it was Doll Factory and
Yeah.
Pinocchio Unstrung. And when you look up at the ceiling, you're like, how did you fit all this stuff?
Yeah, so it's super trippy to walk in there and try to figure out how you fit an entire maze inside there and how they do switchbacks. But right now, they have a ton of craft beers and some new ones.
And we have footage of that, I believe.
Yes.
Something we missed at the Ghost Town Bakery that I completely skipped over because I saw boysenberry mousse chocolate cake and I said yes. Boysenberry Rocky Road brownie. The pie bar, and boysenberry horchata. I do not like horchata, but I know a lot of people do, so I'd be curious to see what the opinion on that is. Spurs also had pozole with boysenberry garnish and tortilla chips. I did see them serving that. It looked pretty good. The chicken dumplings, a spring fling salad with shrimp and boysenberry vinaigrette. Did you see what that looked like?
I didn't.
I think that was the table that was directly in the back, and we never went to it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I want a shrimp and spring salad.
They also had boysenberry juice and sweet tea with vodka. Ooh, they're mixing it up a little bit. And the boysenberry slushy mudslide, which was alcoholic. And we met up very briefly with
with Mondo.
With Mondo,
From
and
Five
one of
Fires.
his friends tried it and said it was like divine.
Yeah.
So take his word for it that it was good. So if you are 21 and older and you want to try something good, try the Boysenberry Slushy Mudslide. What else? Boysenberry Cowboy Chili and Mac and Cheese with a Frito garnish. I'm good.
Didn't really want to try that.
Boysenberry Beer, Boysenberry Wine, Boysenberry Seltzer, Boysenberry Sangria, Boysenberry Cider. They had a lot of alcohol.
No, there's a ton of stuff that they are serving that's not on the tasting card, but you're gonna have to find those things. Like if you go to Ghost Town Grill, they might have some things going on there. If you go over into, I want to say Carnival.
Boardwalk?
Yeah, Boardwalk. Like you go into Carnival.
Boardwalk?
If you go into the Boardwalk, some of the restaurants over there have different things throughout.
What we were... I'm glad I remember this. Some of the things that have been offered in the past are now only available with purchase and not through the tasting card. Mm-hmm. So I think like they had the Boysenberry barbecue wings, didn't they?
They did. That's what I'm saying. Like not everything. They have a lot more offerings that aren't on the tasting card.
Find it.
But you have to find it.
So
like you have to go to the Ghost.
Favorites.
You have to go to the Ghost Town Grill, or you have to go to.
They did have a couple. So they have the marketplace stands back up too, that you can go shopping at, and the different vendors. I did see that they had the soda and the beef jerky back as well, which is usually really good.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about Boysenberry Lane, because that is a new area that's just keeps opening up, and I think the first time we saw it pop up was during Mary Farm.
That's the first time we noticed it.
Yeah, that's the first time we noticed it. Now, obviously, they use it for pre-scare and not scary farm, so if you get, and obviously, it's also the back entrance to the Four Mazes back there.
Yes.
All the time. But
they had a really cute photo op.
They did.
They had some vendors.
Yeah.
They had stilt walkers. And they had a game.
They had a game, and I was all like, oh. I was like, Jax, I'm playing the game. Because I saw somebody carrying
a pie.
A piece of pie plush.
A wedge of pie.
It was a piece of pie plush.
Pillow, if you will.
Yes, and I was like, piece of pie plush pillow thing.
Yep. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history, so I had to play this game. Now, it's not play... If you play the game, you're still going to win a prize. So, it goes from small prizes like $12?
Yeah, I think those were those little squishmallows, right?
Oh, wait, so the small prize I think is $8. The medium prize was $12.
Like the Brutus squish?
Yeah, okay. So you get a little bit bigger thing. And then, if you want the pie, it's $15.
Worth it.
Now, if you just want to pay for the pie, it's $15, you'll get the pie. But if you want to play the game, you can play the game too, and it's pretty fun. So they they start the basket.
You got every single one in except for one, and it was impressive.
It was because like she's like, oh, it's counting down, and I was like, oh, so I picked up like two.
Picked up three,
threw it, made the two, and then one fell out, and then I was like, oh, I have time, and I just started going.
You did so well that the other guests in line wanted you to throw for them, thinking that you could only win if you made all but one.
Yeah, because they were like, how many?
You became an instant local celebrity because you made almost all of them.
They're like, how many did you get in? All of them but one. Okay, but she really wants the pie. Do you want to throw for us? I was like, sure. I would have been totally happy to do it, but I was like, you win anyways.
So they had a lot of seating back there.
And I loved the transition from daytime to night.
Yes, their lighting package.
Yeah.
Their decorations with the lighting package. So good. Knotts Berry Farm lighting team, if you're listening, chef's kiss. Well done. Those purple lights, man, there's just something about purple lights at Knotts that's just so quintessential. Yes.
Yeah.
It's so good. So, Mary Farm Photo Op game, that was Boysenberry Lane. That's all we have written down for this.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts for the Boysenberry Festival on opening day. Like, obviously things can change. It was the first time that this has happened this year. So, what do you think?
Overall, I think it is going to be a successful Boysenberry Festival. I think they have some really good options. And
strong contenders.
all day I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna find the grossest stuff and just try it, and maybe I'll find some like surprising winners, you know. But then I went in and I was all like, you know, I'm just gonna get what they got, you know. I'm just going off the tasting card, and like, because I think that's what most people are gonna do. They're gonna come in, they're gonna get the tasting card, they're gonna go to the booths.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think that they have something that caters to each taste. Also, on the QR code of your tasting card is, like if you scan it, it will give you a map of the park that has all the locations, which we should have used from the very beginning because we were trying to find stuff and we just couldn't find anything that we were looking for. So use that to your advantage. It also, I think most importantly, shows if you have dietary restrictions or special dietary needs. There is, I think, 2 to 3 pages on there strictly dedicated to that. So there are options for vegetarians and vegans, and if you have, I believe if you have certain allergies, they can cater to still giving you a full Boysenberry Festival experience without you being in any danger of ingesting something that you can't. Yeah? Okay.
Yep.
They also had the pin in the shirt. And they had some pretty cool merch.
Yeah,
we have some merch video.
They had some very purple merch. Very purple, but it's really cute.
Purple.
So I mean, we're gonna try to get back there, but like I said, we've got a lot going on.
So busy.
The Renaissance Fair is coming into town soon, and
some vending events.
We have some vending events, and we are going to be heading off to bed now because
we gotta go Spooksy Boo.
Spooksy Boo. Ghoul's Day Out is tomorrow.
By the time this comes out, it'll probably be today.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. So, what's our outro?
So, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't. Give us a like. And if you guys go to the Boysenberry Festival, let us know what you liked in the comments below.
Oh, and for all of my people that drink alcohol, give your recommendations because we would have no idea where to start with that.
There you go.
Cool. So, what's the thing that we say?
So, see you next time, guys. Always be ready.
Because you never know where your compass will take you, especially when it's at the Boysenberry Festival and you're going to eat all the food.
Bye.
Bye.